to one and all present here. A very warm welcome to India's first ever Elder Festival. It's so good to see you all again. Well, we don't know what our future holds for us, but one thing we know for sure is that we will always have your blessings with us. So for all our dear elders, thank you for the countless blessings and infinite amount of happiness that you have brought into our lives. So to express our gratitude, we have been celebrating India's first ever festival and our Elder Hour, which has specially been curated for our beloved elders. So in numerology, number 6 denotes luxury. But do you know what luxury really means? Have you ever found yourself gazing at the clock at exactly 11:11, wondering why you so frequently meet people born in the same day of the month? Do you ever wonder why your lucky number turns up in the most unexpected places? Well, the answers you seek, the cosmic warrior, are embedded within the historic powers of digits. So for giving a detailed information about numerology, we have with us Ms. Harsheen. Harsheen is a Reiki Grandmaster, mindfulness and meditation coach with over 7 years of experience. She has assisted individuals and organizations to accomplish their goals with the help of meditation and ancient healing practices. She has an expertise in astrology and remedies, tarot card reading, numerology, palmistry, Vastu Shastra, and crystal healing as well. She's an expert in reading auras and pinpointing the exact issues that can be overcome by using remedies and energy healing. In fact, she has helped more than 300 people and witnessed improvements in their lives. As she says, her passion for supporting people through these modalities grows each day. So without any further delay, I would now like to welcome Ms. Harsheen to our Elder Hour program. Harsheen, a pleasure to have you here with us. And
thank you, Ritu.
Really very nice of you to be here and take out time. I know you have a very hectic and busy schedule, but for our elders, you have taken out time.
It is my pleasure.
Yeah, and then talking about a topic which is a mystical topic, and no matter how young or how old, it kind of fascinates us to no end. And no matter how many times we might have done astrologies and numerologies and palm reading, etc., we are ever ready to hear more about such things. So Harsheen, over to you and welcome once again.
Thank you, Ritu. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So as Ritu has already mentioned, my name is Harsheen. I am a numerologist, a tarot card reader, a crystal therapist, and I've helped a lot of people with these modalities to improve their lives and to add a little bit of sparkle in their lives. So today I am going to talk about numerology. I'm sure you must be wondering what that is all about. We've all heard about numerology. But do we actually know how it works, and how does this work, and how can a few numbers actually affect our lives? So I'm here to answer all those questions, all those myths that you may or may not have, and we will talk about your date of birth as well and how that affects you. So before we start off, I would like all of you to grab a pen and a paper, because we're also going to do an activity that is going to help you know more about your own date of birth as well. And you can do this for anyone in your family also. So I'm going to leave you with that tape, and you should be able to do that for yourself and your family. So are we all ready to dive deep into what the mystic world of these numbers are? All right. So what numerology is, where did this come from? I will first talk about all of that, and then we will move on to that little activity, and I will tell you what each of these numbers has in store for all of us. So numerology, as the name suggests, is the art or the study of numbers and how those numbers affect our lives, and how if we tune into their frequency, we can actually improve our lives. So let me start with an example. When you enter a room anywhere, sometimes you feel, oh my God, there is such a nice vibe. And sometimes you're like, I don't somehow feel very good here. Do you have that kind of experience? Have you ever had that kind of experience? So what is it? It is all about the frequency or the vibration of that room or the people in that room. And I'm sure today we all know that how relevant energy and how relevant frequencies and vibrations are. This is also scientifically proven. And in the same way, just like, our names are unique to us, they have some kind of vibration for us. Same is the date on which we are born. We are not born on a day it is not a coincidence that some of you are born on the 27th, some of you are born on the 13th. It is a pure divine will that your soul chose that date of birth so that you can go ahead, live that path, and do things that are meant for that date of birth person. So what numerology actually does is, I'm sure you would also have this question that, we have date of birth, we have names, number, which one is going to affect us? I'm going to answer all of that. Let's start with that numerology. With every number, this universe has a vibration. So even if you go around and look at geometric patterns, any kind of some musical patterns, if you dive deep into them, you will find that all of that is a play of different numbers and combination of numbers. So every number in this universe has a certain vibration, and people who are born on those numbers, they carry that vibration in their lives. So whatever is your date of birth, and just like Ritu mentioned earlier, that you tend to see repeated numbers all the time. What would all of that signify? What would all of that come to? So we'll talk about all of that. Let's start off. First of all, I would like all of you to grab your pen and paper, and let's see what is that divine will of that date of birth that you were born on. Okay, I'm going to share my screen to help you. I think Prakash sir has already done the calculation for his date of birth. I will help others as well. Give me a quick second, and here we go. So, if this is your date of birth, I want you to write your date of birth, the date, the month, and the year. And now we will calculate. So there are two numbers that are the most important in numerology. Now, when we're talking about all the vibrations, of course, the date on which you are born carries the highest vibration for your life. So first of all, we will calculate the total of your date of birth. So just like you see, I have calculated each and every single digit. I've come to a compound number, and then again, I have calculated 1 plus 6, and I've come to a single digit number. So first you have to come to a single digit number. You have to do total of each and every single digit in your date of birth and come to a single digit. Once you're done with that, only the day of your birth, 13th, 27th, 30th, anything, you have to calculate those two that compound number also and bring it to a single digit number. So as you can see, I have highlighted two numbers, and these two are the most important in numerology. There is no superstition here. If we go back, we look at universal laws, if we look at physics, everything boils down to combination of numbers giving you different geometric patterns in the nature, different vibrations in the nature. And this is how numerology basically works. So we have 2 to 3 types of numerology that are very famous in these times. One will be the Pythagorean numerology. If you go and Google, you will tend to listen or read about these words. One is the Kabbalah numerology, and one, the very famous and the most ancient, is the Chaldean numerology, which was given to us by Kiro numerologist. So we mostly practice the Chaldean numerology because it is the most relevant even in these times and the most effective that gives you answers basis your questions. So I hope by this time all of you have come down to 2 single digits of your date of birth. The first is the total of the day and the second is the total of full date of birth. Okay.
Should I start?
So you can leave your answer on the chat box and then I will start telling you about each of these numbers.
Oh, in fact, my number is same, 4 and 7. My phone
wow.
numbers.
Amazing.
What I'm trying to tell you is my compound number is 4 and single number is 7.
Okay. This compound number, the day of your birth, right?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, that's perfect. So if, for example, you're born on a single digit number, that's, you already have a single digit. But if you have a compound number in your day of birth, you can convert it or boil it down to a single digit.
It comes to 4, number 4.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Perfect. And the total of your date of birth, if it comes to be a compound number, you have to add them and bring it to a single digit. I want to tell you one more important thing. If any of the sum of your date of birth comes out to be 11, 22, or 33, you don't have to bring them to a single digit. Okay? If the compound number here or in your date of birth is 11 or 22, you don't have to bring it to a single digit. These two numbers, I'll tell you what they are. So I'm just going to stop share and then we will start talking about each of these numbers. Okay, so now I'm sure that you may have your date of birth and we have two important numbers. I have to go back to sharing. So these two numbers, what they are, how do they affect us? So I'll give you an example. Have you ever traveled in a bus? Ever? So there is a driver that is driving the bus around and there is a conductor who is taking care of all the other stuff with the passengers, with the tickets, with collecting money and everything, right? So in these numbers, your driver number will be this number, which is the total of your day of birth, right? If it is 4th, if it is 15th, or if it is 27, whatever is that single digit 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your driver number. This is driving your life, right? And there is another number, which is the total of your data will be your conductor, which is going to help you. We also call them as, this will be your day of birth and the total is also known as your life path number, right? So now I will tell you what these mean. So your date of birth, 13th, 27th, 30th, 22nd, this is your date of birth and this is your personality. This is what you are. This is how you are as a person. This is how people will perceive your personality. This is how you think through in life. This is how you read and look at situations and perceptions. And the total that you get from your date of birth calculation, this is called as life path. And as the name suggests, this gives you a path laid out. So when you are born, you are given a personality, but you're also given a path on which you need to walk on to have the best of experiences in life. So that is the total of your date of birth and which is known as life path number. So Now, I will start by telling you about each of these numbers. Now, the meaning for all the numbers from 1 to 9 will remain same for your date of birth also and for your life path also, right? So let's start off and I'll keep giving you examples in between. Are we ready? And excited for this to know about your own date of birth, your life path? And you can also do this for any of your family members if you want and if you have their date of birth. So the first number, let's start off as a story and let's understand this to be a path of our life. So, you know, we are born, we go through so much in our lives and then we die. That's the circle of life, right? So the numbers from 1 to 9 do the same thing for us. It's like a circle of life. So, and this is how the personalities of those people who are born on 1, 2, 3, 4 are similar to this kind, different stages in this circle. So I will start off with number 1. People who are born on number 1, and as you can see how we write number 1, it's so straight, right? So it's like, oh wow, Prakash sir, that's very nice. So you read numerology and you're interested? Do you want to say something?
Hello, Nivaj.
Yes.
My
Yes,
number
sir.
is 18/9 September 1944. All
Okay.
total comes to 7, 9.
7
plus
and
8,
9.
9. 1
Wow.
plus 9, 9. September 9, 1944 is 27. 18,
Yeah.
total is 36. All are 9.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
wow,
got
that's
everything,
great.
everything all I get on 9. My service,
Oh,
my
wow.
marriage, my everything.
That is amazing, sir. And I will talk about 9 number as well.
Yeah.
Let's
Highest
start.
number.
Yes,
I read this
absolutely.
book. I read this book.
Oh, wow. Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Let's start off and I will help others as well to know about what each of these numbers would mean. So number 1, as you see that it is written like a straight line. So when we talk about the life cycle, number 1 is the seed that we sow always. So it's like a new bright idea. I'll give you an example of a plant, how we sow a plant and then it grows and how we can relate it to the numbers. So as you can see that when we sow a seed in the soil, it is like a new germination, a new idea. And that is exactly how number 1 people are. They are always in for a new opportunity. They have great leadership qualities because it's number 1. It represents sun. So how is the sun? It's bright, it's warm, it's sunny, it's so generous. It will never judge that, you know, if my light is going to a rich person or a poor person. So number 1 people are very, very straightforward, very sun-like. They have great leadership qualities. They are very dominant because it's number 1. You know, they would not like to be working under someone or taking anybody's orders. So any of the great leaders, if you see, they could be number 1, or number 1 could be a huge factor in the way of where they are in their lives. So number 1, it represents the sun, the warmth, the generosity that number 1 the sun has. It's the same with number 1 people. They are very dominant. They don't like to work under someone else. You know, the person who is always winning in life, they are the number 1 people. If you have this date of birth, this is your personality. If you have this as your life path, the total of your date of birth, this is the kind of path that God has chosen for you. So even if you feel that you cannot be a leader, that is absolutely not true, because this is what the God has chosen for you. And maybe you were not able to, you know, work towards your fullest potential to reach that level. And if you still try, you can always do that. Looking at numerology or any other kind of science like this, it is just for your help. It is not like it is not something that is going to define that this is how it has to be. It is for your help. If you try and understand yourself or people that you live with or work with, numerology can be a great tool to, get to know about people's personalities, how they think, how would they react or respond in different situations. So this would be about number one, people. Then comes number two. Now, when that seed is sown in the soil, it starts to split up, and that splitting will cause it to split and have two sections. So how are number two people? Also, as you can see, number two has this little curve and then this dash-like structure. So number two people are very, just like number one was very dominant, number two is the opposite. Number two people are not at all dominant. They are not great decision makers because two, and they will always be in two minds as to I should choose A or I should choose B. So that will always be there. Number two also represents moon. And how is moon? Moon is always waxing or waning. We have a new moon after every 15 days. We have a full moon after every 15 days. So moon is ever changing, and that is how number two people's personality is. That is how they also keep on changing their thought process very often. Though, because it also represents moon, they are very creative. They're very creative. They're very thoughtful. But number two people are not as great leaders as number one. So I'm going to try and compare so it's clearer to you about each of these numbers. Yeah. So anybody that, let's move on to number three. Now, number three, we know how it is written. There are two curves. Now the seed is sown. It has split up because it is trying to grow. Now it will start coming out of the soil. It is looking at life. It's so beautiful for it. It's like it's germination. So number three people are just like that. They love life. They love being social. They thrive on being social. So some people are introverted and they don't like to mix up with people. But number three people, you would see most of the number three people will be very extroverted. They would love going out. They would love to meet new people because this is what drives them. They thrive on social relationships, networking, socializing, but also a lot of knowledge because three represents Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of knowledge and wisdom. So as we see the two curves that we have in three, it's like they're open. There's a lot of that energy that is coming out. So if you look at how we write three, you can also see that a lot of energy is coming out, and that is why they're so social and full of energy all the time. But they are also but this does not mean that they're irresponsible because they're full of knowledge and wisdom. Moving on to number four. Now the seed has started growing and now it is coming into life, but life is not that easy, right? It's not given to us in a platter. Not everything is given to us in a platter. Now, when that plant comes out, it experiences winds, harsh rains, harsh sunlight, and it gets to know that, if the wind is going in the right direction, I have to bend with it. If the wind is going in the left direction, I have to bend with it. And this is how life is. So number four people are just like that. They know how to work around the system. They're very pragmatic, very practical, organized, and disciplined, and they love system. So I'm a number four person. So I love system. I love a routine. I'm not someone who's like, today I'm going to work too much and tomorrow I'll just relax. No, I want a routine every day. So this is how number four people are. And also, if you look at the structure of number four, there's so many angles, 1, 2, 3. So that is where they're so analytical also. If you tell number one person to take a decision, they'll look through things, they'll see, okay, this is great, and they'll take that decision. Number two person will be like, maybe not. Number three person will be like, okay, let me consult with all my social networks, see what we can do. Number four person will look at all the possible angles. This can go wrong, this can go right. People who go into analytics, they could be number 4 people because they have great analyzing and research powers. And if number 4 is your date of birth, this is your personality. If it is your life path number, the total of your date of birth, it is a driving force in your life. So this will lay a path for you that, you have to analyze everything before taking any decision. Now, of course, if you have a different date of birth, that personality is also influencing you. So if 4 is your life path, the total of your date of birth, it tells you that what you have to do is you have to analyze everything, analyze every decision before you take it, and then step forward. Just like being cautious in life about everything and being systematic. Then comes number 5. Now the plant has grown, it is getting to adjust itself with the environment that it is coming out. And you see it one day, it's a little plant, and then suddenly it starts growing. So number 5 people are, so I forgot to tell you that number 4 is governed by Uranus in Western astrology, or we can also say Rahu. So Rahu, people who are governed by Rahu, they're also very analytical. Moving on to number 5. Now, number 5 people, they love speed. It is represented by planet Mercury, and they're very mercurial in nature. I'll give you an example. For example, somebody has to stand in a line to get something. This number 5 person will be the most impatient because they want fastness, they want quickness in their life. Why is this not happening quickly? And they're not going to take a lot of time to analyze things. They're not great analytical people, but they want things to do or happen like this. Also, number 5 is the middle number between in your 1 to 9 sequence. So they're also very balanced in that sense. Balanced, but they can also be a little manipulative. So number 5 is governed by Mercury, very mercurial, very fast thinking, moving into action. They are those kind of people. If this is your date of birth, that's your personality. If it is your life path, it tells you that you have to move fast and take decisions quickly in life. You have to show action in what you're thinking. So that is your path that is laid for you. Now, moving on to number 6. How is number 6 written? Feels like it's a pregnant lady. It's just imagination that I'm trying to tell you, but if you see it's like a pregnant lady. So it's a huge responsibility, right? So number 6 people are very responsible people. Now 5 was not responsible. It wants quickness in the action, just wants to do things quickly without thinking. But number 6 is very responsible. Number 6 is very affectionate, a very family-oriented person. And number 6 is governed by Venus. So most 6 people, you could see that they have a lot of luxuries in their life if they think correctly, because how you think is absolutely going to be a game changer. So with number 6 people, they could live a very luxurious life because they're governed by Venus. It's like they're given this on the platter by God's grace. But they're also very responsible, very caring, affectionate, family-oriented people, because house 6 is written like a pregnant lady. So it's a huge responsibility that they always carry, that they have to take care of their families, of the people that they love. This is what their personality is. And if this is your life path, the total of your date of birth, this is the path laid for you by God, that, take care of family, take care of loved ones. Your personality, your date of birth could be affecting your personality somehow, but you could always be coming back to taking care of your family because that's the path that has been laid for you. Then number 7. How is number 7 written? It's like an anchor. If you imagine it like an anchor. So number 7 people are governed by either Ketu in Indian astrology as we talk, or by Neptune in Western astrology. Now, what are their characteristics? That number 7 people are very dreamy people. So number 7 people are very mystical. They like to be on their own, and they're also very creative. So if you look at any great artist, any great writer or poet, they could be governed by number 7, because number 7 renders you so much deep thinking that with that are born great ideas to write, to do philosophy. So number 7 people, they have this personality of being very philosophical, very creative, writing, painting. All of those people could be largely governed by number 7. Right? Now, let's come to number 8. Now, we've seen all these. Number 6 was very affectionate, caring. Number 7 is very dreamy, very artistic in nature. Now, what is number 8? Number 8, if you see, it is written like this, like 2 balls that have been curved together, but it is also infinity. So a lot of times what happens is that when a lot of people get really scared that I am born on number 8 or someone else is born on number 8, it's not a great number, but that is not how it is. 8 people, the people who are born on number 8, they basically want to they want to earn everything and keep to themselves. That's their basic nature. But let me tell you that number 8 will render you a lot of infinite, abundant success in terms of materialistic wealth. So number 8 basically represents Earth, and it is the number that also represents Saturn. So what is Saturn? Saturn is a planet of justice. So it will make you do hard work. It will test you to see how hardworking, fair you are in your life. So number 8 people usually go through a lot of hardships early in their life, but that hardship is actually preparing them for greater goods in life. So number 8 people enjoy a lot of abundance in life. They're also very hardworking, but they can also be the ones that are not sharing their gifts. So if this is your life path 8, your lesson or your path is that you have to share that abundance that you earn with the hardship, with the knowledge, with people. So that is your infinity. And number 8 people also make for great leaders because of all the experiences that they've had in their lives. Yes, sir. Sir, you're on mute. Let me finish off and then I'll take all your questions.
Yeah,
That is okay? Yeah? Okay, great. Let's come to the last number in the sequence, which is 9. Now, 6, we saw that it was like a pregnant lady. 9 is the opposite of it. Now, all that responsibility and thinking is here for 9 people. So 9 people are the biggest humanitarians that you will see on this earth. They are governed by planet Mars, which is a very fierce, fiery planet, right? What I mean by that is, imagine that there is a king, he has an army of soldiers. Whoever is leading that army, how will that person be? So very intellectual, thinking through all the insides, having that Martian energy. That person is the number 9 person. Or maybe if you look at the majors or generals in army, they could be hugely governed by number 9 or Mars, because that is its energy. They don't have to have, I'm not saying that they don't have emotion, but this is their core personality, that they don't have to think through emotions. They have to think practically. So that is how they are, very full of fierceness, very full of a little anger also, because there's a lot of fierceness in them. So that is how number 9 people are. If this is your date of birth, that is going to be your personality. If this is your life path number, the total of your date of birth, what 9 tells you is that the gift that now you're getting here instead of that pregnant lady, you have to share this knowledge and this gains that you've got in this life with people. So they're also great humanitarians, philanthropists. So number 9 people, when they give that energy, because of what they're governed with, they have a lot of energy build up in them. So it can either destroy them, or if they know how to use that energy, it can help them. So use that energy to help other people, be humanitarian, and that there'll be a balance between how it works for you and then for others. So this was the journey from 1 to 9. Also, 9 is the closing number of the cycle. Now that seed that we had sown in the soil, it has become a tree. 8 was also the fruit that we got from that tree, and now all of that is done, and now it is going back to the earth and will grow again. So this is how our life is, and this is how we read basically 1 to 9 numbers. This is not the only thing that we consider when we do numerology readings, though. There's a lot of factors we consider, but I'm just giving you a quick tip that you can read your personality, other people's personalities, and get to know more about them and also your loved ones. So this was 1 to 9 number. I'm sure you all must have calculated your date of birth. Do you have any questions on any of these numbers?
My question
Yes, Mr.
is,
Bhamri.
my question is, should we use the life partner number more times or the singular number? My singular number is 7 and my life partner number is 4.
Okay. So,
What?
So, sir, your day of birth, if it is 23, 14, whatever, we also...
25.
Yeah, 25. So we also convert it to a single digit. That is the most important
7.
number. The total with which we get another single number, important. The most important will be the day on which you're born, because that is your personality. That is how you think. It's going to govern your life. So that is the most important. But these two numbers, both are equally important in how we read a person, because it's important to know where they are coming from in their life, what is the path laid for them. So both of these are equally important. There are a lot of other numbers as well, but they are secondary. These two on which you are born, this is not a coincidence. So these ones are the most important, both of them.
Thank you.
So somebody said that please explain life path number as well. So life path, as the name suggests, it is the path that God has chosen for you. You have a personality, but you are here for some purpose, even if it is as simple as enjoying life. Some people have that kind of purpose, and it's absolutely okay. So that is basically the path laid out for you, that this is how your life will give you these kind of obstacles, these kind of, all the great things that you get in your life. So all of that will happen with your life path number. And your date of birth will be how you respond to those situations. So Parveen ma'am, you wanted to ask a question?
No, I just wanted to tell you that whatever you have explained goes very correctly to my, this thing. Whatever,
Oh, wow.
I am number 7. So
wow.
Everything is going the way you explained it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's it.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
My number is 9. I was born on 9, but there is one coincidence. What are the explanation you have given that tallies with my personality? And one coincidence is also there, that my birth was on 9, and my marriage was also 27, 7 plus 2, 9.
9,
and
wow.
my house number was also 27.
Oh my God, what a this is not a coincidence, I know for sure.
2 plus 7, 27. And
awesome.
My husband also expired on 27.
Wow, that is so amazing. So I must
And it
tell-
is rare case. That's what I want.
yeah. And this happens to all of us. So if I am born on 4, 4 will keep on repeating in my life. So don't think that any number is bad. I know a lot of people will tell you that, but no number is bad. They just have different personalities, how you work around with them. So sir, yes.
I wanted to ask you one thing. That
Yes, ma'am.
Number which drives is more important or conductor is more important?
Well, ma'am, your life path is the one that is basically giving you the situations that this time will be difficult, this time will be good. But how you will respond to those situations will be even more important, don't you think so? The day you're born on and your path, well, both of them are important, but how you will respond, which is your personality, which is your day 34, that's more important.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am governed by Mars, and Mars
Yes,
is
sir.
having very gussa bahut aata hai.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Because they are so full of that energy.
I am having leadership quality also, because I
Yes,
work with army, I
absolutely.
work with navy.
Yeah. See, I
And my-
told you, people who are in army or navy, they would have number 9.
My car number is also 9. My house number is also 9. Everything goes,
Wow.
but 9 has deceived me also at one place.
So this is always going to happen to everyone. You have to decide how much you are going to take from a number. And that is why I say that understand the personality of the number. You know, it is going to be full of anger also, and that can also lead to manipulation. So leading on these personality traits, what can these lead on can help you decide who to do business with, who to marry even.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ritu, can we take Facebook questions? I think some people are asking something there.
Yeah. Can I ask you?
Yes, ma'am, please.
I'm born on 7th,
Yes.
Friday.
Okay.
Which planet is very prominent in my?
Ma'am, if you're born on 7th, Ketu or Neptune is going to govern you. Basically, what you're a very deep thinker and you love philosophy. Is that so?
I have done MA in philosophy also.
Oh my God.
I'm inclined to spiritualism very. I like.
Yes. Because you're a very deep thinker. So your 7th number is going to govern you. The day, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, does have an impact, but not more than the number that you are born on. So that Neptune is going to govern. You will always be interested in the mystical things that nobody else goes into, spirituality, writing, philosophy. That is going to be your way forward, and that is what you're very interested in. So that is going to govern you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But one thing is that I have studied that Jesus Christ was born on 25th. Ramakrishna Paramhansa was born. Tagore was born on 25th. 25th means 7th. So
Yeah.
I sometimes I feel very nice that I'm.
Yeah, yes, Swarna.
Yeah.
7 people are
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
lucky. I'm also 7. So
That's why.
So I'm also governed by 7, which is the total of my date of birth. So yeah. Please feel good about all those people that if you can find out. I'll give you a task. Why don't you go Google people who are born on your date of birth or similarly, and you'll be more inspired and motivated.
Madam, my number is 7. My wife's number is 7. We were married on 14th February. That is Valentine's Day.
Wow.
That's right.
So see, full of philosophy and love.
Oh, we can
That's
understand. That is why.
Yeah.
Romantic.
Awesome. All right. Any other question that anyone has? Ritu, can we take Facebook questions? Anything else?
Somebody has just written on Facebook, if you could repeat about number 1 and number 3.
Okay. So number 1 as we see, it is governed by sun. It is the people who are natural
Can I
born
just
leaders.
request? Can I just request everyone to please mute so that we can hear Harsheen?
So number one, people are the leaders, natural born leaders. They love dominance. They don't like to take orders from anyone, even if it is their partner. And because they're also governed by three, they're also very social. They love socializing. They thrive. So some people thrive. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They love their social connections and they also benefit from that. So that is what number 3 and 1 is all about. Number 4, okay, I'll quickly do a recap of 1 to 9 and then finish off, if that is okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome. 1, stand straight, leader, great leader, great people who like to dominate, is great decision maker. Number 2, they are dreamy. They cannot take their decisions quickly, but they're also very emotional because they're governed by moon, and also very creative. Number 3, governed by Jupiter. They love socializing. They thrive on that. That is their personality. They love talking, but they're also full of wisdom and knowledge. Number 4, Venus or Rahu. So they're very analytical in nature, very systematic, organized and disciplined. They love system. They love to go by rules and they don't like people who don't do that. Number 5, Mercury. They are the middle of the number sequence 1 to 9. So they are great balances. If you look at number 5 people anywhere, if 2 people are fighting, number 5 will be the one who will be best friends with both of them. He is not someone who's going to take sides with anyone. And number 5 people love speed of action, because they're also governed by Mercury. Number 6, governed by Venus, luxury, all kinds of family affection, taking a responsibility, being caring towards family, loved ones. Number 7, governed by Neptune or Ketu, very dreamy, philosophical in nature. They can be great spiritual leaders. They can be great poets, great writers, because they are deep thinkers and they love philosophy and analyzing life. Number 8, governed by Saturn. So Saturn is Saturn is a planet that is going to test your fairness, your judgment, your justice. So it will make you work hard. So if you work hard, you don't even have to ever worry about Sade Sati, because that is what your nature is. So number 8 people, great hard workers. They achieve huge success in life. They need to learn to give back to society. Number 9, the last of the sequence, governed by Mars, full of fiery energy, which may turn into anger, or if they can, balance this energy by giving something to people or doing some physical activity, that will be great. And they're great humanitarians and philanthropists, because they really feel that human touch. They really are very compassionate. So they will always try and help people around. And number 9 is governed by Mars. So this was it about 1 to 9. I hope all of you all enjoyed this. I hope I was able to answer your questions. This little snippet into the numbers and their magic, you can, if you meet someone for the first time, if you know their date of birth, you can absolutely tap into their personality, see what they are, how they think, how they respond to situations. And similarly, you can make a conversation with them or build a relationship with them. It's just like a personality tool. You answer some questions or you know about what this means, and then you're able to tap into how to connect with other people. So that is it. Any other questions do we have?
I think Harsheen beautifully explained. And I think with each characteristic that you've built up, the visual impressions, the way you described everything, they actually made us see a person as such. And I think many of us related it to our own personalities as we went into our own numbers, and or our family members for that matter. Bachcho ka agar number hame pata tha. So we were, as you were speaking, we were just trying to match everything to whatever you were saying. And I'm sure it's a greater science than just these basic numbers, and a lot of things do influence us more and more. And so I think the other influences also make us change a bit, but yet that insight into our personalities, and also letting us know what our life path is all about. Because at times, we kind of like, especially for number 8, when you said that it is about hardships, but so in the early stages, yet they attain success at a later stage. So I think during hardships, all of us, whoever is number 8, would be questioning, after all the effort, where is it all going? So now that we know that there's a life path, so there's hope ahead. So things like very small things, so very small things like that, I think make a lot of difference. And I think all of us are bound to be special and different in our own ways. And the beauty of it is that we need to accept everyone. And now that we know how traits are, probably we can give the leeway of letting them be what they are and not getting upset about it. Like जैसे प्रकाश जी ने अभी बोला, मैं मार्स में हूँ, मुझे गुस्सा बहुत आता है. So I think, fortunately here we've always seen a very smiling side of his. So we don't really know much about that part of it, but I'm sure his family members will now be happy कि okay ये है, but ये ठीक है, बाकी सब this is just a small part of his personality. So thank you so much for sharing all these very, very insightful things with all of us here. And I know you are doing so much in all this astrology and healing and Reiki and all these other things. So in fact, we have been having Arvinda ji here, your mother here quite often. So those sessions have also been absolutely wonderful, and some of us have consulted her on various issues also. So so I hope that anyone who's facing any issues can again reach out to you again, because
please,
after hearing all that, and I think as we grow, we start becoming more and more involved in all these things. जब हम छोटे होते हैं, हम काफी चीजें ignore कर देते हैं, but as we grow, I think all these things start playing a very, very important part in our life, because we want everybody to be happy. We want ourselves to be happy. We all of us want to find peace and want our lives to be very smooth. So I think we start looking for, things to do so that all these things fall into a pattern. So,
absolutely. And you all are very welcome anytime that you want to consult us. The name is Nivas.
You will have to just put the number in the chat box. If he could do that, and email ID or whatever is the contactable thing. Or anybody who is interested would also reach out to me, and I'll share their number.
Absolutely. I'm leaving our phone number here on chat, and I'm also leaving the link to our website.
So I know, because this is such a thing that everybody is bound to be absolutely fascinated and would love to know more. And you also deal in crystals and all, I believe.
Yes, we deal in crystals.
Crystal healing, yes.
Astrology,
crystal healing,
astrology, everything. Yes. And all of you are absolutely free to consult us anytime. You can visit our website, see what you would like to go ahead for: crystal healing, astrology consultation, numerology consultation, or a quick tarot card reading for yourself. And we'd be happy to take up any questions that you have.
So anyway, with that, we come to the end of today's session. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you so much, Harsheen, once again for such an interesting session. And I can see a lot of our elders giving you a thumbs up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think जैसे हम कहते हैं ना, बहुत सारी आंखें खुल. I'm so glad, and it was a pleasure to have you here. We've always had Arvinda ji, and but having you at such a young age, talking about so many things and being so knowledgeable is like really, amazing.
So wonderful, so much.
Absolutely wonderful, and we hope to have you here more often.
I would love to.
More things coming in, and like I said, this is something which everybody just wants to know, no matter how many times.
Yes, I know. I think Narendra sir has raised his hand. Maybe we can take a last question and then finish off.
Narendra ji, are you asking a question? Let me just check. नरेंद्र जी आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं? नहीं, आई डोंट सी हिम. हाँ जी नरेंद्र जी आप कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं? आप वीडियो पे नहीं है. I don't think so.
डेट ऑफ मैरिज का मैटर करती है कि नहीं?
हाँ जी.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Date of your marriage, of course. The date that you're born, the date that people get married on, you can actually tell how the relationship will be because of the date, and that is why we take out Muhurat in getting married. So yes, your date does matter, but more than that, the two people coming together, what is their date of birth, what is their personality, that matters the most. If that is compatible, you can get married on any date.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most welcome. All right.
Right. Sorry, Harshin, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just saying thank you so much, everyone. I loved delivering this workshop. Thank you so much for all your questions. And yeah, I would love to come back again, talk about any other topic that you would want to, and you can anytime visit our website. I've also left the phone number here. You can call us for a consultation anytime that you want to.
My husband wants to ask one question.
May I ask?
So that will be the last question, please.
Last.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
because yes, so very quickly we'll
in
take this.
Indian astrology, there is a frequent mention of Kala Sarpa Yoga.
Yes, sir.
What is Kala Sarpa Yoga?
So, sir, what happens in this yoga is basically how your ancestors have blessed you and what place the planets are placed in the birth chart. But please never get worried about any of these yogs. They're just a situation in your life, and if you understand them, you can absolutely turn around the life that you will have in that period of time, and no hardships will touch you. So this is just people trying to give you ye wala yog hai ya wo wala yog hai, ye kara lo wo kara lo. Don't be worried about anything. It's just a blessing that you get from your ancestors when you are born, from your past life, and how the planets are placed in your birth chart. You don't have to worry about any kind of yog, Sade Sati, Kal Sarp, and whatnot. So you don't have to worry about any of those things.
Right. Thank you so much, Harshin, once again. And
thank you, Ritu. Thank you, everyone. It was lovely meeting all of you.
So just 2 lines.
Yeah.
सितारों के मिलने से आसमान चमक उठता है. सितारों के मिलने से आसमान चमक उठता है. आंखों के मिलने से जिंदगी रोशन हो जाती है. कुछ तो अनोखा होता होगा इन नंबर्स के खेल में कि जब ये आपस में मिलते हैं तो जिंदगी आज के शाम के जैसे रोशन हो उठती है. So, I hope it was absolutely apt for the numbers which are revolving around us, and with all the insight that you've given, I hope our lives also light up like that. So thank you so much once again, Harshin. Thank you so much, everyone. And now, of course, we will see you all tomorrow. Day after on Monday. That is for our usual More TV programs. And as you all know, our Elder Hour timings have changed again, and we will now see you for our Elder Hour program at 5 p.m. now instead of 7:25 p.m. So 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. So see you all then. Until then, keep smiling. And Praveen ji is giving me that look. So keep smiling and work on your numbers. I'm sure we all heard wonderful things about it. So it's all making us feel very happy from inside because we all are doing absolutely wonderfully great. So thank you so much and see you all on Monday. Bye-bye. Good night.